Abdul Haji was having breakfast at another mall when he received an SMS from his brother telling him he was in the middle of a terrorist attack on Westgate. Without a thought, he headed there, armed himself, and joined a group of civilians and plainclothes policemen who were combing the mall for survivors. He was there to rescue people and find his brother. So just what made Abdul Haji and a brave few run towards the sound of gunfire as hundreds of others were running away?
It was a very short message. He just read, "Trapped in Westgate, think they're terrorist, pray for me."
Abdul is 38, the son of Kenya's former defence minister. When he arrived at Westgate, he soon found out just how desperate the situation was.
Most of the guys who were there seemed to be police officers. Others seemed to be the Asian community, which usually has their own security organization or arrangement. Because they looked very organized. Some of them had protective gear with them, with walkie-talkies.
They could hear the screaming from inside the mall. Up to that point, Kenyan Red Cross volunteers could do next to nothing to help.
And immediately, it's like instinctively, most of the guys who were armed just got their guns out. And at this point I thought, okay, I'll probably do the same. I'll try and help. So I got my gun as well. And we started giving cover to the Red Cross people to get the survivors out. We're now looking out for each other. We're protecting each other.
Inside, the true horror of this attack became apparent.
It was a bunch of kids, old ladies, some very young girls. Some were dead, some were injured and bleeding badly.
The fighting was far from over. Attackers were holed up at the Nakumatt grocery store, spraying bullets at anything that moved. And then this moment, captured by a Reuters photographer. Abdul is wearing the checkered shirt.
We saw a lady hiding behind a table, sort of, and we thought, oh my God, she was right in the middle of the crossfire, and we need to get them out. When we reached a good distance to her, we told her, we need you to run to us. And she just whispered to us and told us, I have 3 kids. We asked her, are you able to get the eldest of your kid to run to us? And she just nodded and said, wait. And suddenly the little girl in the picture appears. And so we start urging her to run towards us. And I've got to tell you that at that point in time, I thought she was a very, very brave little girl. You know, running towards a bunch of people she doesn't know, holding guns.
Abdul and his small band battled the attackers for around 6 hours as more and more police arrived to back them up.
All this ducking, taking cover, and shooting became very instinctively. You know, I think our instincts took over, and the thought about staying alive was driving us, and the adrenaline, and the fact that we kept thinking, you know, maybe there are more people to be rescued, and it just kept us going.
It's estimated they could have saved 1,000 people. Abdul's brother Nuruddin was one of them.
I don't think of myself as a hero. And before the whole thing, I didn't even consider myself as a very brave man. But when I think about it, I keep telling myself, I think any other Kenyan would have probably done the same, who was in my situation and had the same thought process as me, somebody who was concerned of a family member, and the person probably had a weapon. He would have probably done the same thing. but I'm definitely not a hero.
This little girl and the hundreds of others Abdul helped save will likely disagree. Robin Creel at the Westgate Mall in Nairobi, Kenya.
News that moves. eNCA.com.